Hi there, Taurus. It's Lynn from Tinkertarot. Sorry, I was just turning up the volume. How you doing? I hope you're fine on this. Here in Canada and Eastern Ontario, it's a very nice day today. Anyway, I have your cards all laid out, as I'll show you here. Down with the camera a little bit. I have them all laid out here, and it's very interesting. One of the things I said in the description box is how we're in October now, and October is a doorway. Okay, it's a time when we make a transition. All right, we're transiting from one place to another, one thought of the way we think to another. It's a shift. Okay, and it is because it's a 10 and a 1, and 10 is actually a 1. It's a 1. 9 is the ending. So September is when we decide to let go of something, to release something, and in October we start to embrace something else. October is one of the two equinoxes, and the equinoxes are a real planning time. So we're planning for what's coming, and we know that winter is coming or spring is coming. And so we start to prepare for that. We change our gardens, we change our house, we get rid of old clothes, we bring out the summer or the winter clothes. There's a lot of things that we need to do to transition in this time. And so for all of us, we're all going through that right now. But for you specifically, for not just you specifically, Taurus, but for us specifically, we're changing something in our lives besides for the spring or winter, where you're going to transition from something to another here. Okay. And you're going to make your mind up. I have a feeling by the end of November, you'll have your mind made up because you may have been teeter tottering on, one way to do things and another, or staying at this job or leaving, or, changing in some way, progressing in some way, okay, in your life. And so October is a big time for that, when you make a decision for final that you're doing, and you start to make the plan or take the steps to make that happen for yourself. Okay. It's a real getting things, like September was a lot about cleaning house and figuring stuff out at home, but now you're going to broaden out your ripples are going to get bigger now. Okay. So I think there's something. Oh, there was a lunar eclipse that we just went through, and we're going into another solar eclipse on October 2nd. So there's so many eclipses happening now, and that's such strong energy. This energy can be a barrier to you, or it is what you make it, is what I want to say. So if you want to think, okay, well, you know what, I'm obviously having problems with that, so I'm going to give it a break for today, and I'll go back at it tomorrow's another day. And if you have this attitude, something can be better. But if you have a negative attitude, you're going around and bitching at people and calling up everybody, it is going to create more barriers for you. So it's all in how you handle it. Okay. So, saying all that, here we are in the recent past. You have Five of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords. So I have a feeling there is a relationship in your life, friend, family, or lover, and there's something's happened, and you've put a lot of work into this relationship. I think you've worked very hard on it, and I think you've accepted some things that you're not happy you had to accept them, but you did all the same. You decide to eat crow and say, you know what, I love this person, so I'm going to move on with this. But I have to tell you, and I have to warn you, Taurus, that I think this person is stealing from you in some way. They're being deceptive, they're being sneaky. You need to have eyes in the back of your head, because they're thinking of themselves. As I'm going to be totally honest, this is what I see. And I see you doing all the work in this relationship, where you're trying to make it work, get along, you know, do things you think they'd like to, try and bring some good energy into this. But I think they're serving themselves. Okay. So, so in the present, there's a couple of things here. For one thing, you want the truth. All right. You want the truth and you insist on it. But you also come in peace. You're approaching something with a peaceful energy. And you're thinking, you want peace, you want to make up, you want to talk, maybe they want to talk, whatever side this is on. And so it's good energy. It could really open up the air, and a time to be honest and clear. Okay. And this is what you want. And you want it, or you will, not in a threatening way, but you've decided in your mind that you will go on your own, whether it's in business, relationship, or what. It's you don't, you because you don't want to do all this work. Why are you doing it for someone else? You're thinking, I'm going to do this for me. I'm not going to be selfish, but I'm going to put the energy where that it needs it. So that's not exactly what I want to say. You want to put the energy to into something that's going to flourish and evolve, and that's you, because I feel like the situation here is not evolving. It keeps going around and happening again, and going around and happening again, whether they're lying, stealing, whatever they're doing. It's a repetitive thing. Okay. And here you're realizing, I'm going to spend this energy on myself, because you're also realizing, I think you're being honest with yourself at the same time here, because you're realizing your value here. Okay. And you're speaking it. You're saying, I work hard. I work hard. I bring value into this relationship, this home, this business. And it's a time when you also not demand, but only will accept respect, because you know what you've been through, you know what you've achieved, you know what you've built in your life, what you are able to achieve, through stability and security in relationships. And also, this is part of your own health too, taking care of yourself. When we do this, when we make decisions like this, it's not an ultimatum. We've decided to take care of ourselves, because if we feel good and we're healthy, then there more options become available to you. The world opens up, right? And I think that's what's happening to you right now, Taurus. You're opening up, you're starting to bloom, you're realizing what, so you're realizing your value, and you're also realizing that you're the magician. And the magician is a fixer. The magician is an idea factory. The magician um, knows where to get things, and what that thing needs, and who would be a good partner. And, they can manifest things. They can take ideas and make them into something. We have an idea of where we want to live, let's say. So if it's in an apartment building, not worrying about the lawn and all those responsibilities, Then you start looking at apartment buildings and you start looking around your areas thinking, where would I want to live? You know what? And so driving around that area and looking at places and then looking online. And so you're starting this development of manifesting this idea of moving, perhaps, you know. So here, one of the things is you realize you're a manifester. You don't sit on an idea. And when you decide that it is a valuable idea, you jump on it, you move, and it's starting to happen. You don't waste a lot of time, Taurus. But you don't really jump on it unless it's valuable to you. You know, you can see the sense and you can kind of see the development happening in your head. You know, you can see the picture kind of thing. So I think there's a lot of realization in your own worth in the present, your own capabilities to make things happen all by yourself if you need to, because you've decided now that you don't want to be a part of this charade in the past, whoever that's with. You're like, nope, no. And if they can't be honest, and I'm guessing they can't, you're just gonna do it on your own. You know, you figure it out on your own. So in the future here, you have, so this shows you moving on because whatever the situation is missing something for you. Okay. And it's spiritual or emotional. You're not happy there. There's not enough light for you. Okay. And this is what you want. You want this clarity, honesty, peace. But you're getting this. Okay, two totally different pictures here. And so I think you're deciding to walk away from this energy of whoever that is or situation. Okay. So this brings obviously the Wheel of Fortune, which is a 10, which is October. And it is change. So this is going to create change in your life. And the Wheel of Fortune, swings both ways. But I think for you, because you've done this work, because when we evolve, it's because we figured something out. We got it finally, and you've done the work and learned the lesson. So now you're going to evolve and you're going to be rewarded, I think, because in the Wheel of Fortune, it spirals you into your next chapter of life or new thing, and this is all because you've found some self-worth here. And then in the Five of Swords is a reminder to not get involved in this kind of business again. So sometimes things don't just happen to us. We step into it and we offer some good advice, or we offer our help and something, and then we end up in the middle somehow, and it's like, hey, they're having a fit. Well, we stepped into that fit and thought we were going to help, but we got ourselves in the middle of something here, So this is a reminder not to be tempted by that kind of thing. It's telling you to stay on the straight and narrow of whatever it is, okay? Be honest, be kind, be fair. We got to act because that's what you want in yourself now. That's what you want, okay? And after the Five of Swords is the Six of Swords, and the Six of Swords decides that's what we want. We want calm and peace, and I just want to be peaceful and get along and not have drama, and that's what you want to move towards now, out of whatever this drama is back here. You want out of it. All right, so you're moving in that direction. So I also have, okay, so first of all, these are the mythic tarot, these ones, and they're based on Greek mythology. And one of my viewers, her name is Iveta, and she is a Reiki healer, and she offered me Reiki, and like from a distance. She's in another city, and it was really, really helpful to me. And we got talking, and she talked about all the decks that she has. She's like got about 500 different decks, she says. I said, wow. And she said, so if there's any you want. And I said, well, I've always wanted the Morgan Greer Tarot. I've always admired it. I've always liked the back here, the stars. I just love that inspiring picture as I'm looking at it. Anyway, she said, well, I've got a deck of those. And she said, I'm going to send them to you. And she sent them to me. And anything gifted has more power in it, and helps you see so much easier for any of you readers out there. So when it's gifted, it has more power. Just saying. So these were gifted by Iveta, and her information is down in the description box if you're interested in receiving any Reiki healing. So let's see what we have here. Let's see. I was wondering if the High Priestess was going to show up, to tell you the truth. Okay. So this shows you, here's the 10 of Wands, and you're laying down a burden. You're at the end. It's a 10, I might add again. And so this is something that you put a lot of time and energy into, and you realize you're overwhelmed, you might be oppressed. It's, you don't want to do it anymore. You just don't want to do it anymore. You're like, it's too much work. It's too much work. I'm exhausted. And the High Priestess, I got to tell you, your instinct is okay, this is what I honestly see from the first off, and it may not be for all of you, this just may be for some of you. Your instinct is telling you there is something going on, okay, with someone else. Your partner, whatever, is there's something going on, is what you're suspecting. Your instinct is very strong right now, and that's why you decide you're going to give it up. I'm not putting work into deceit. There's only, and so you're not doing it. Okay. For others of you, you're ready to make a choice, ready to decide between one and another. In the Mythic Tarot, the Lover's card, Paris, he has the choice of these three women. Three women offer themselves to him, and he's got to choose now which one he would really prefer. And the thing is no matter who he chooses, he's going to disappoint the other two. They're not going to be too happy that he didn't choose them. So in his choice, he causes a fight, or he causes problems for himself in the future. But still, we must choose. And so in the Lover's card, we're needing to make a choice. And I think you're trusting your instincts right now, because the High Priestess is a lot about your instincts. And I think they might be stronger around these moon and eclipses that are happening right now. You should listen to your gut a lot. Don't listen to your heart in these matters, because it's your sensibility, your mind, your gut, and your instinct is showing you what it's going on, what it's about, and showing you the way too, right? The right way. So in the present, King of Swords, Temperance right in the center, and the Wheel of Fortune again. So I want to take notice that Temperance is laid in the center with the Nine of Pentacles, and Temperance is about having patience. This is evolving in a way of your spirituality too, like just having faith and hope. It doesn't have to be that you're have an altar and all that. It just means that the way you approach things, your attitude towards things has changed recently. And you're just, I'm going to tell you, it's a big thing about value. Okay. So having more balance in your life, treating yourself with fairness and health and all that. So also, so the King of Swords, temperance. So and the King of Swords, it's funny, it's on top of the Ace of Swords, right? And the king could be the one using the words, or the one you're expecting. Oh, these darn dogs. Just a sec. I gotta shut the door. Just a second. All right. So the King of Swords is someone who's learned all of the lessons, has figured it out, is using our mind, just like I just said, is using our mind when we're thinking about the truth and what we want to move towards intelligently in our lives, okay? Wisely in our lives. And so this person has been through it all now, has been through all the swords now, and has figured it all out. And the King of Swords also strategizes. Like I said, October is a planning month. So he's strategizing his moves that he's going to take, many moves he's going to take before he actually moves. So there's a lot of strategy and planning going on here. And like I said, you've having patience, and wanting balance and evolving, just moving forward in a peaceful way. This is in a peaceful way. And the Wheel of Fortune with the Magician. So like I said, the magician, you're realizing that you have everything you need to manifest what you want. You know how to do it. You know who you should be talking to or calling, or what you should be looking up. You you might even have the tools, even, whether it's a computer or a screwdriver or a paintbrush or what it is for you. You probably have the tools. And so this, whatever you're manifesting, is going to bring change. And I think, like I said, in a good way, because of all this work you've done on yourself and with this situation. You've matured through this, okay? You've matured and you've grown, and you're ready for a new chapter. You are ready. Ooh wee. So 6 of Cups. And 6 of Cups is a bit nostalgic, It's with the 8 of Cups. So it shows you walking away, but feeling nostalgic about the good things, the good times, what value you took away from that experience, and wanting to take steps in relationships. So if this is a friend, you may not be giving up the friendship completely, but it's going to be different now. The trust isn't there. And so this relationship has changed, but I think you're reflective in a way of what you're doing. Oh, interesting. So down the center, down your core, you got all major arcana cards about trusting your instinct, um, being fair. Like you're looking for something else in your life. There's a rainbow you can see, and you're walking toward it. Okay. And it's going to bring change. The wheel's turning, so it's going to happen. Change is happening for sure. And so here, with the 6 of Cups, the Empress. So the Empress is like the Magician. This is a manifestation card. This is a 3. Okay, that's the important thing about the Empress to me. Okay, it's a 3. It's an action card. 3 is movement. So she's gestating something. She's growing something and about to give birth to something new. All right. This could be someone from the past that you run into, when you're walking out the door. It's like a revolving door. You're walking into another world, another environment, and I think that you could encounter someone from the past. There also might be a person that comes into your life. This person also, it could be a mother. It's maternal figure. around you. And I don't think it's like I see the Four of Cups here, right? And you, like I said, are looking at a rainbow, and you really want what's at that rainbow. And people are saying, well, here I have a colored rock. And you're like, no, no, it's not a colored rock. And so you're really focused on what it is you want now. Okay. I think you have a really clear picture and you're not willing to take anything else, you know? So someone may offer themselves to you, like back here in the lovers, but it's not, again, it's lacking. It's not really what you want. And in the Five of Swords, it reminds you not to be tempted into an old pattern or an old behavior, or saying, getting yourself caught saying something that you don't really want to commit to, kind of that thing. And so having dissatisfaction. And so I don't think you're going to, even though this person could be very tempting, could be a mother or a father, could be someone you know from the past. I get a feeling they could be just offering to help you. It may not be a love relationship. They could be just offering to help you, and then you know them from before. But and you may visit that place for a while, stay there for, I don't know, or go and test it out, but you realize it's not for you. It's not, it doesn't have that rainbow kind of stamp on it, right? For you. So I like that you're being picky, and that's the Five of Swords warning you, say what you want, say what you mean, and mean what you say. Okay. And that kind of is right there. Don't take what you don't want, really. So I forgot to say in the beginning that the cards that jumped out for you are the Six of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. And this is kind of the underlying energy why everything's going on. And the Six of Wands says you may have or will have this month some sort of victory. I say in general, in this whole situation, you're going to come out on top, you know whether, and I think in one way in your career you're going to get maybe a promotion, or you're going to get that job you were applying for. You're going to get some sort of recognition. You might be looked to as a leader in some sort. Maybe it's just a volunteer group where you're, and they see you as the person that should go speak to the boss for all of us, or and so you're seen as a leader in some way. But this is also taking steps in our creative selves too, what we're able to do with something, that manifesting power, and being recognized for your manifesting power in all of this. All right. And with the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles is like the seed, or the um it's like the idea card to me too, right? And it's also the um like sometimes when I see the Ace of Pentacles, I see a boy fishing, and he's trying this spot to see if there's any fish in this area. Well, then he'll go over this spot and trying to find the honey hole, as we call it, okay, in fishing lingo. and and so this is, looking around, checking everything to find this coin. All right. And when you do what you decide to invest in, and the coin is about your time and energy too, because that's valuable, you are definitely going to move forward in, okay, whatever this new investment is, idea is. You might sit on this idea for a little while, but I think you can see the value in it. You might sit on it for a little while. And the Ace, it's about thinking about this, you get a vision, and it's like I said, the rainbow, and it's like, oh man, that's something I could do, you know. And the ace of, it's that brilliant idea. And then in the cartomancy, and the cartomancy is the art of reading the regular playing cards. And these are a real old type of card that don't have the numbers on them. They just have the symbols. And a friend of mine came over and visited from Luxembourg. Another person I met on this channel and gifted me these cards. So I just love them. They're like my favorite right now. Anyway, so you also got the ace of clubs here, okay? And this is the action, the work, the perhaps the contract even, okay? Um, it's the really creative idea. So it's like not like you've done anything with it yet, but you probably will start to develop the plan, start to think about how can I um, get this? What are my steps I have to take, you know, to do this? And you are going to take steps with this idea, whatever it is. All right, because the ace is like the ace is partly the investment too, you know, like the what we're willing to put into it. Can we commit to this? And then the club is the actual action, being willing to do it. So um there goes my phone in the background. That's probably my kid. Six of clubs, jack of clubs, and then you have the eight. That is the eight. Eight of spades, two of hearts. So this could be around work. Um, this is taking steps at work or hearing, getting an offer, getting a notice. And this is, you know, there's a friendship at work. There could be a friendship developing at work here, because usually the jack of clubs is a friend. All right. This is someone who's helpful, who's, you know, you get along with this person. And so they may help you get ahead at work, move forward, know of an opportunity, somehow help you take steps. But there is, like, this seems pretty friendly, this situation, but I think there's some kind of directness in it. Like you're trying to be direct. You're very serious here. You're trying to get all the information and ask all the questions. Maybe especially because it's a friend. You know, they say you don't mix business with pleasure, and because I feel like this is really serious, and I feel like you may even oppose it at first. You know, you might thinking, why would you ask me to do that? Why would I want to do that? But I think this is a beneficial offer, a beneficial idea that could help you. Like, this is both similar cards. This is somehow moving ahead, helping you develop whatever it is you're trying to do. This is a good offer, but you or they could bring it across kind of harsh in a way. There's some sort of harshness or seriousness about it. But this is probably a good partnership, to tell you the truth. Okay, this is some sort of good meeting. It talks about a romantic meeting too, perhaps, or not just romantic, I should say, relationship. Okay, where you could be developing a friendship here. All right, maybe this person you didn't get along with at first, or you have to be like, I feel like you might have to put them in their place sometimes, maybe something like that, you know, because it's mostly friendly. There's a lot of good energy here, but there is some either debate or serious words or something like that. You might like a little fight, you know. But it just this is what this, and I think this is new. I think this someone, like I said, that you could meet around work or whatever it is you do in the community, you know. And maybe one of the things is you're friends with this person, but they're a harsh person. Like, don't ask them what you think unless you really want to know, because they're blunt, honest, and sometimes hard to take, perhaps. Okay, but I still think you value this person, they value you. You probably ground them. Um but yeah, so just letting you know that's, and you might really like this person. Okay, to what degree, I don't know. So lots of opportunity coming in here. Like I said, I feel like by the end of October, for sure, it doesn't have to take that long, but by the end, you're going to know exactly what you're doing. You're going to have a new plan. And I think you probably know that you're doing this now, but you may not really know where your next step is, perhaps. Okay. And this next step is going to come to you, and it's going to elevate you in some way. You're going to gain some respect in some way from others. Um, and yeah, so whatever it is that was drama or toxic in your life before, maybe they're a tiny bit still, you're getting rid of that. Okay. You're doing a cleansing here for change, because you're totally capable of handling everything on your own. You don't need a partner. You don't need to live with your cousin, whatever it is. You can handle it on your own. So, alrighty, Rudy Rady. I hope you enjoy that video. The other thing I want to tell you is I did recently is I ran into an old friend I hadn't seen in so many years, and she's now doing past life regression. And she said, "Can I try it on you?" And I said, "Oh, absolutely." And I've never done it before, and it was the coolest thing. I got to tell you, it was so neat. Like, when you're hypnotized, and I've been hypnotized before, it's not hard to hypnotize me. And when we go into the space you are in your mind, and it's like a hallway with all these doors, and she tells you to go down the hallway until you see a door that appeals to you or gets your curiosity, and go in that door. And mine had a shiny, shiny, sparkly gold star on it. And um, she said, "Go in." And so I expected I was going to see a dressing room. I was famous in some way. This is like a dressing room door. And when I opened the door, I was outside. I was outside, like in a canyon with all these trees and grass growing. It felt like I was in the desert, but yet there was green grass growing on down this path, and all these green, 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 green trees. Everything was so healthy and lush in the middle of a desert, like a canyon. And so she said, "Go on down there." And I go to the end, and there's a cave at the end. And she said, "Go in the cave." And in the cave are like two Neanderthal people, male and female, sitting on logs with a fire in the middle. And she asks you questions, and then all of a sudden you know the answer. You're not thinking about it beforehand. She kind of cues you. And all these things came to me about these people. I thought they were my parents, and they're giving me knowledge, and it was so interesting. But imagine that I thought I was walking into a dressing room, and I walked into, like, caveman days. I'm outside in a canyon, and it was so interesting. And I went into other rooms too, which were other lives, and it was amazing. I want to say thank you, Ki or Key. Thank you very much. That's really kind of you to send that. I appreciate that. So I've decided to take the course to learn past life regression and to be able to help people do that, because I was hooked after I did that. It was so cool. And for me, it was a really happy, interesting experience to learn who you could have been, and maybe that you're very similar in each one. Oh, geez, I guess I'm not that, and geez, oh, I know how to play guitar. Oh my God, which I've always wanted to do. Anyway, so I just thought you'd find that interesting. So the lady that gave it to me, her information is in the description box, as well as Ivetta's information for Reiki down in the description box if you want to contact either one of them. And yeah, I just thought it was really cool. So that's my new thing now, and I'm taking the course, and I don't know how long it will take me to finish because I got a lot of things going on, but it's so interesting already. Anyway, love you guys. Enjoy this month. Congratulations on your big win, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.